Hi, good morning, Touchdown Tuesday, Dr. Byrne. How are you this morning? Good morning, good morning, good morning, Touchdown Tuesday. Dr. Byrne here, come on in. Come on and share with me this morning. Come on into my little office and share with me on this morning. God bless you. I am so happy to be here with you once again. Once again, here we are. Here we are. We should be extremely grateful. Here we are once again. Good morning. How are you this morning? How are you this morning? Touchdown Tuesday. Touchdown Tuesday. Come on in. Good morning, Erica. How are you this morning? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Touchdown Tuesday. How are you this morning? We are both live on Facebook as well as on YouTube for those who have a preference. You can watch either place. On last week, last week I did something really, I don't know, and erased the broadcast. I was trying to share it and erased it. So it was a good thing that we are taped live in two places. So we were on YouTube. So if you didn't catch it on Facebook, you could catch it on YouTube. Good morning to you. Without any further ado, we're going to jump right in. I know people may be dragging a little bit, but I want to be respectful of your time. Standing on my scripture still, Psalms 91:1. He who dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadows of the Almighty. If you dwell in that place that you know to be secret, and you know it is the Almighty's place, it is His place, it is His place, then we shall abide under His shadows. We will say the Lord is our refuge, and He is our fortress, and He is the God in whom we trust. He is our refuge, He's our fortress, and He is the God in whom we trust. Yes, He is the God in whom we trust. Excuse me. It is December the 1st. We have finally entered into the last month of 2020. Some people are elated. They want to see it go. Some people really don't have anything good to say much about 2020. But I just want to challenge you that 2020 was one of your greatest years. You may not realize it, but it was a good year for you. Good morning. 2020 was a good year for you. It's a good year for me. Many may challenge and say, well, how can you say that, Doc? Look at all that's happened. Look at the pandemic and look at this and look at that. You know what? Every trial that we face and every trial that we enter into worketh for us endurance, right? Again, Touchdown Tuesday. My PSA to you is continue to do the right thing. Just continue to do the right thing. We can't lambaste you into doing what's right, but continue to do the right thing because you know it's the right thing to do. Yes, 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 because it's the right thing to do. Continue to protect yourself and others. Continue to safe distance. Continue to be mindful about the cross. Continue to live, but continue to be very cautious because we know, like any other pandemic, like any other disease, a widespread or communicable disease, it's there for the taking. So I want you to just be careful. Just be careful. And do the right thing. Again, 2020, we're in the last month of the year. Today is December 1st. How many of you are glad to see December 1st? How many of you are truly glad to see December 1st? Not because 2020 is ending, but the fact that you are existing. Huh? How many of you are happy to see December the 1st? I know that I am. I know that I am. I know that I'm so happy. Good morning, Annie. How are you this morning? I am so happy. Good morning, Adrian. Good morning, Doris. Good morning, Tina. Good morning, Darnella. I am so happy that I have come through January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and here we are in December, but we yet have to get through December. So I wanted to come and to remind you that we started off the year and we started off with a lot of planning, and we were going to have a passionate year of purpose. Passionate year of purpose. We're going to have all types of goals that we were going to reach and meet. They were not just going to be goals, but we were going to meet those goals. There were different challenges that we were going to take. Remember, I know you guys remember. You got to remember. You don't forget that easily. You remember. So today I want to talk to you about continue. You have to continue. You have to continue. Oftentimes we get really bogged down with pain, and pain comes in several ways. Pain can come to our emotions, and pain can come to our flesh. But we need to understand that if we experience any type of pain, any type of hurt, there's a healing to look forward to. We know that any type of pain or any type of hurt that we experience, we can look forward to a healing, because God is a healer, and He's promised us that He will heal us. Not all the time will your limb come back that has been cut off, but he'll give you a healing inside your mind and your spirit that you can tolerate it and adjust to your new norm. He will do that. And so I just wanted to remind you that everyone is talking about how they really, 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 really are glad that 2020 is almost over and all of these things that have occurred. I want you to understand that don't look at it. When you look at it that way, you look at it with defeat. Look at it in this way, that you are more than conquerors. You have been more than conquerors in Christ Jesus. In you, you are more than a conqueror, and you have made it through some really difficult times. Listen, when you shoot an arrow, I read once, and I thought this was such an interesting statement. It says, an arrow can only be shot by pulling it back. In order to shoot an arrow, you can't just pick up an arrow and a bow and hold it there and think that that arrow is going to travel or go somewhere. You're going to have to pull back and pull some tension on that bow, right? You put some tension on that bow. You put some tension more and more and more, and then when you release it, that arrow shoots forward. And that's how we have to look at life. When we undergo various trials and tribulations, we need to understand that's just tension being put on the bow. And in order for that arrow to soar, there has to be some tension applied. We have had tension applied to us in so many different ways. But I don't know about you. I don't know about you. It comes, but it gets better. I don't know about you and how you view it and how you receive it, but it comes and it gets better. You are not going to launch anything. Not a dream, not a goal, not an aspiration, not even healthy living, if you don't allow some tension to be placed on the bow, put on the bow. Yeah, we've been stretched. We have been stretched in 2020. We have been stretched, but we must continue. We must continue. Why? We have a goal to reach. And what is that goal? We're going to keep going. We're going to keep persisting. We're going to keep pressing our way until what? Until God says it's enough. If you're still here, that means that it's not yet enough for Him. So don't look at the pandemic as an end to it all. Look at it as the beginning. Look at it as tension that was placed on you. Look at it as that bow being stretched. Don't look at your financial situation that went kaput as a result of the things that had to happen. The shutdown, the closings, of the layoffs, but it was just putting tension on your bow. Know that you can make it, you will make it, and it's just an exercise in patience. It's an exercise in strength, and it's an exercise in knowing that you are here for purpose. We started with purpose, passion, purpose in our everyday living, and passion in that purpose. What did you gain? I tell you what I gained. I looked around, and I'm not saying that I'm blessed as a result of someone else's pain. No one else has experienced hardship for me to recognize my blessings, but I'm just blessed. I'm just blessed to help others. I'm blessed to speak life into others. I'm blessed to take my dollars and cents to help to feed others. I'm blessed to get connected in programs and processes to help the homeless, to get them off the street, because I think so many people realize that they've never realized before that homeless situation is just that close to you, or just that close to them, that we are just one paycheck away, or we're just one notice from our jobs away from being homeless or not having food. People have been in food lines that have never, ever been on the receiving end of those types of resources. And I bet it has changed them for the better, to let them know what it feels like, what one must go through mentally and emotionally to go in, and spiritually and physically to go in to receive resources that you once provided for you or your family. Listen, you got to continue. You can't give up. There's light at the end of the tunnel. If you keep digging and you keep chipping away, you'll see a little dot of light. And the more you chip away, you'll see more and more light. And then you'll see there's lots of light, and that light is leading you out. So you have to continue. Listen, 2020 has not been a bad year. Don't allow anyone to tell you that 2020 has been a bad year. 2020 has been a challenging year. 2020 has put some things on us that I'm telling you, that we never expected. But you know what? It has shaken us. It has caused us to now go back to the old landmark, to begin to rely not only on ourselves, but that inner man being built up, that spiritual man being fed as well. So I want you to realize that just because we've gone through the pandemic, and yes, God forbid if any more should die, that we've suffered through some hardships, that we've suffered through many people falling asleep in death. We've suffered through unemployment at a rate that we've never experienced before, layoffs. We've done all of those things. Many people have been mentally oppressed and depressed. I have coached so many individuals who are depressed, who are oppressed, just because they feel like they can't rise up and go to the next step or get to the next step. But yes, you can. Yes, you can, and yes, you will. And they see that their strength is not in what they are able to do, but their strength it lies definitely in what they desire to do. And your desire will drive and dictate to your mind and your brain, what it must do. So don't give up. Although the world is full of suffering, know that it is also full of overcomings. It may be full of suffering, but it's also full of overcomings. So, you know, Helen Keller once said that, we might find that suffering is everywhere around us, but we also must identify and admit that there's also victory all around us. Will we be victors or will we be victims? I choose to be a victor. I don't know about you, but I choose to be a victor. Yes. The old landmark. That's right, Patrice. I personally choose to be a victor, not a victim. You see, I'm not going to say I was defeated by what I've experienced. I'm not going to say that the enemy didn't come in. I'm not going to say the circumstances and situations didn't present themselves. I am simply saying that I am not going to succumb and say that I was beaten by my circumstances. No, I am a victor. That's right. Victory is mine. It belongs to me. That promise was given to me. I am one who will not sit down and be downtrodden, to feel like I've been beaten, but feel like I have been harassed or bullied or aggressed so much to the point where I don't see my light at the end of my tunnel. I am not defeated. That's right. I am not defeated. You're not defeated. We need to go back to that place where we used to humble ourselves and pray. We need to go back to that place when we didn't feel that what we acquired was who we were. Yeah. Many of us have been reminded that your job means nothing. It's only It's only a phone click away. It's only a pink slip away. We've been reminded that food, sustenance, and covering that we took for granted, that when we sit at our tables, we forget that there's somebody that doesn't have a fork or a plate. We forget that they don't have a morsel on a board. We forget that. We have been reminded. So I think that when you want to look at 2020, don't look at it to the left. Make sure we look and go right. We can go right. When we can't go left, we can go right. So let's look at the right. Let's look at the positive things that have come out of our trials and our tribulations. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but God will deliver us out of them all. He has delivered many of us out of the pandemic. 98% of the people survived. 98% of those that were infected survived. So you know what? We are survivors. We are survivors. There we're going to be casualties of war. It's going to always be casualties of war. It doesn't make it any more, any less because of who it is or where it is. But I want you to know you must continue and not give up. You need to begin to look and ask yourself, What did I promise myself for 2020? Have I achieved it? Have I allowed this pandemic and all these things around me to become my excuse for not achieving? We had some downtime. We had 6 closed in months of downtime. What did you do in that time? What did you do? What did you make of it? Did you review your plans? Did you get steadfast and rooted in where you wanted to go? Did you realize where you wanted to go? What you wanted to do and what God has called and purposed you to do? Yes, we are survivors. Yes, we are. We are survivors. We have been thrown many a lifeline, and many of us have had the wherewithal to grab a hold and catch on. Some people will sink. But remember, a boat on the ocean doesn't sink because there's water all around it. The boat in the ocean will sink when there's water poured into it. So if you allow water to be poured into your boat, you can expect nothing less but to sink. But if you stay afloat on that water and not allow that water to come in and submerge itself inside the boat, you won't sink. You'll continue to float. You might go through some rough storms in that ship. Yep, the weather may change and the ship may seem like it's going to capsize. But if you stay the course and you steady that thing, guess what? You'll make it through. You have made it through. I don't know about you, but I will continue. I plan to continue. Is anybody out there planning to continue? I plan to continue. It's not done yet. I've had some good days. And I've had some hills to climb. I've had some weary days and some lonely nights. You know the song. You know the song. You know the song. I won't complain. I won't complain. God bless you. This is Dr. Byrne. I just wanted to come in and let you know today that you must continue and don't get weary now. And also don't be fooled. Don't go spending everything that God has allowed you to put aside because of Cyber Friday or Cyber Monday. You be careful. Be still to hear the voice of God, to know what he's telling you. You see, we won't be foolish like we see a lot of, and I'm going to go here, evangelicals who said that God told them this and God told them that and God said this and God. Be careful talking about what God said. Be careful putting your mouth where God's mouth's supposed to be. You be careful. Only know what God tells you, and you need to adhere to that. Be still to hear the voice of God. Be still to hear his voice. I plan to continue. I don't know about you, but 2021 has a lot in store for me, as I'm sure it has for you. Remember, there will be some tension on your bow in order for your arrow to soar. No arrow has ever been shot and made any distance without any tension being placed on the bow. And as I heard a speaker say that even a seed has to have some dirt thrown on it. So you'll get dirty even though that seed goes in the ground and it looks like it's shiny and pretty and clean, but then you throw dirt on it. So see, sometimes we have to get a little dirty. We get a little murky, but we make it through. We make it through. It is the first month of winter. You see, all things are not ending in December. There are some things that are beginning. The solstice will be in its place December 21st, declaring it is now winter for us. So come on, what you gonna do? Are you gonna be strong? Are you gonna stand? Or are you gonna buckle? I challenge you right now not to give in, not to become weary. Understand that you will go through more metamorphosis than you've already gone through. But it's just a process. The caterpillar has to go through a lot of changes before it becomes that beautiful butterfly. And I know there's some butterflies among us, so some metamorphosis must go and be applied in our lives as well. So I just thank you guys, and I love you, and I know you're going to continue. You have to. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. It gets rough. Yep. I hear you. I hear you. Yeah, it gets rough. But don't give up. You must continue. Don't look at 2020 as a curse. Look at 2020 as a blessing. Think about it. Out of all we've been through, and we're shutting down now, out of all that we've been through, what if you had been removed? What if you had been removed? Would you have preferred to be removed? Or would you have preferred to be as you are? Going through acquiring greater skills, more, to be more and to do more. God bless you. This is Dr. Byrne, Touchdown Tuesday. And remember, you must continue. You're more than conquerors. You're more than conquerors. Dwell in that secret place. God bless you.